movement is actually a kind of inclusive movement. It doesn't care about which is your God, which is your sampradaya, which is your pantha. Ultimately, you end up encompassing everything. And it affects not only religion, it affects also society to a large extent. Not only society, the culture. The cultural landscape of India, मैं जब बोलता हूँ I am Marathi, you are Odia, you are Telugu, you are Bengali, all of these identities are underpinned by linguistic and regional identities, which are to large extent the creation of Bhakti movement. Bhakti movement has created our languages, shaped our languages, regional languages. It has shaped our music, its painting, every single thing. It's a huge cultural movement. So from that angle also, it is important. It is not only a religious movement. Now, we'll start with the very basics. What is the meaning of bhakti? And to that, you have to understand there are three different modes of worship in tradition. Actually, चार है. Fourth one is added by Vivekananda a few decades ago. तो 125 साल पहले हम ट्रेडिशनल तीन देखेंगे. राजयोग की बात नहीं करें. So we have everybody knows कर्म, ज्ञान and भक्ति. किसने नहीं सुना जिंदगी में, सुना है सबने. अब कर्म होता है. What is karma? Karma has different connotation in different contexts. In the Hollywood, Bollywood connotation, it is what goes around comes around. That is not the meaning of karma originally. If you go to Jainism, karma is particles that you attract towards yourself. Mohaniya karma, ghatiya karma, aghatiya karma. So in Jainism, it is particles. In Buddhism, it is the element of intention. And in Hinduism, again, you have those characteristics, balance sheet बनती है, पाप पुण्य का घड़ा होता है, सब चीजें हैं. But that is not karma what I am referring to. I am talking of karma as an action, as a mode of worship. मतलब क्या यज्ञ करना, होम, हवन, उपास, व्रत, वैकल्य, all these things are karma. अब karma has been the original religion in Vedic era. When you perform some kind of action, that is yajna, it is karma. So that is the original Vedic religion. Original Vedic religion is not Bhakti movement, not Bhakti. It is primarily karma. But karma has certain problems associated with it. Why I am discussing that? Because I will discuss the karma and jnana both. And after discussing the problems of both, I will tell you why Bhakti became more important and more popular. Because the other means of reaching God had some limitations. The first mean is karma. Karma is sometimes very complicated. There is no emotional involvement into it. But process, it's a processual idea. It is not emotional content. तो उसमें आपका psychological satisfaction कई बार नहीं होता. Mama, mama, swaha, swaha, khatam. What is mama and swaha? I don't have any idea. So I'm not emotionally happy with it. Sometimes yajna becomes very costly and therefore unaffordable to common people. But these are smaller problems. The bigger problems are, in the case of karma, karma does not require ethics. Karma is process. It means if you follow step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, आपका end वही आना. It's a proper cause effect. आपको यज्ञ ऐसे करना है, मतलब ऐसे ही करना है, जरा भी चूक नहीं करनी. Not even in the pronunciation, you should make any small error. Provided you follow all the process accurately, भगवान को वश करोगे, इंद्र को आना ही है, आपको प्रजा, पशु, विजय, आयु, you will get for sure. आपकी भगवान के प्रति श्रद्धा हो ना हो, उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. It's a process. If you follow that karma process, you control the God, you control the outcome. So it doesn't have any emotional involvement. It doesn't have any ethical concept. If you belong to sociology or anthropology, you would have basic idea that one of the functions of religion is social regulation. And for that, you need to have some kind of ethical, emotional content in the religion. अगर है नहीं तो क्या करोगे? Karma does not help in social regulation at all, in the Vedic sense. पैसा है, ब्राह्मण बुलाओ, यज्ञ करो, भगवान नमः, काम हो गए, चलो आगे. So it doesn't talk about good or bad. It's karma or non-karma. So it has limitations from ethical angle point of view, from complexity, from costliness, from emotional content. Karma has lots of limitations. So it is not adequate. Then you go to the next mode of worship that is available to you, that is jnana. Ya vidya sa vimuktaye. वही ज्ञान है जो मुक्ति दिलाए. It's a very Upanishadic concept of Gyan. Now, Gyan, generally spelling is J-N-A. It is not Janana. It is Gyan. In Hindi, Diya ho jata hai. In Sanskrit, it is Gnya. So, उसका spelling J ही होता है. It is not anglicization of Gyan. It is the original phonetically correct spelling of Gyan. But anyway, if you go by Jnana Marga, which is propounded by Shankaracharya, Adi Shankaracharya as well, when you know that Atma, Brahma, एक ही है, there is Satyata, Ananda and all those things, it is very philosophically complicated. जो मैं समझ नहीं पाया आपको समझाऊंगा. So it is very complicated. And I have been teaching this topic since 2014, 9 साल हो गए. I'm still struggling with some basics sometimes. So at that time, for common people to understand, it is not easy. So this philosophy of Gyan is not for laymen. It is for elites, intellectual elites. It is very evolved, no doubt, but you cannot get grasp of it very easily. So its accessibility is less. The second point with Gyan is that it is not intellectual cognitive knowledge. It is actually a kind of experiential, intuitive knowledge. ये आपका अनुभूति है, अनुभव है. You see the reality. And to see the reality, you have to follow certain paths. You have to go for Shravan, Manan, Nididhyas, etc. Multiple paths are described in various Upanishads. And how do you do that? Because this reality is so beyond the explanation. It is achintya. It cannot be explained. Then to explain it and teach it is very difficult. आपने कबीर पढ़ा है, तो उसमें एक जगह कबीर कहते हैं, अकथ कहानी प्रेम की कछु कहीं ना जाए, गूंगा खाए शर्करा बैठे मुस्काए. तो प्रेम इज लव ऑफ गॉड, भक्ति. ये कहानी ऐसे अकथ है, अकथ, जो कि कह नहीं सकते, कछु कहीं ना जाए. गूंगा खाए शर्करा, वन हु इज dumb, doesn't have juha, he eats sugar, he feels happiness because of its sweetness. And happiness is expressed on face, but he cannot speak it out because he doesn't have the capacity to speak. That is the kind of experience you get when you understand Brahma. Because the senses and natural faculties that your body has got are incapable of explaining it. If you can't even explain it, how can you teach it? If you can't teach it, how can other people know it? It is very difficult. So even in Upanishad, when you read Mandukya Upanishad, when you read Kena Upanishad, Katha, Katha, Prashna, small Upanishads are there. Like Isha Upanishad, only 12 shlokas, 18 shlokas, very small. दो पन्ने में खत्म हो जाता है. When you read this Upanishad, you see it is very full of riddles. It's in dialogue between Guru and Shishya, full of riddles. So even the Upanishadic seers are speaking in terms of riddles. तो हमें तो क्या ही समझ में आएगा जल्दी. So Gyan Marga has also its own limitations. Well, it is not true in every culture, by the way. If you go to Europe, in the 15th and 16th century, when in India we have Kabir, we have Nanak, we have Meera, we have Tulsi, that is exactly the same time in Europe you have Enlightenment का शुरुआत, Reformation चल रहा है बीच में. You have Martin Luther King, rather. Protestant religion is coming up, and that is based on Gyan, direct access to God. You have, that is the very time of scientific revolution in the West. तो वहां पे ज्ञान मार्ग से मॉडर्निटी आती है. बट इन इंडिया वी डोंट एक्सेप्ट दैट पाथ एज द प्राइमरी पाथ. वी आर मोर टिल्टेड टुवर्ड्स द थर्ड पाथ, दैट इज भक्ति. यहाँ से आपका मेन कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ द डे शुरू होता है. व्हाट इज भक्ति? तो भक्ति एज अ टर्म हैज कम फ्रॉम द रूट वर्ड भज. भज इज मीन इट मीन्स पार्टेक, पार्टिसिपेट इन समथिंग. सो ट्रेडिशनली भक्ति का जो ट्रांसलेशन होता था, इट वॉज कॉल्ड डिवोशन. But bhakti is not merely devotion. It is not merely love towards God. It is much more than that. It has to have, first of all, intense emotional aspect. Intense emotions involved. It is primarily emotional, not cognitive and not karmic. Secondly, the emotion is towards a chosen deity, your own personal God. Your Kuladevata may be different, but it could be Vithoba in Maharashtra, Venkatesha Tirupati in some parts of India. It could be Ram or Krishna, it's Vishnu, any God. It's your choice. Doesn't matter. So personal God and intense emotional aspect. These are the two most fundamental ideas of Bhakti is not a different religion. When British came to India, they saw Bhakti. They saw, oh, it is a different kind of religion. It is not. It is in whichever religion you are, in whichever sampradaya you are following, within that, for the same God, you just add a mode of worship which is Bhakti. You get intensely emotionally attached to the God. That's all. Khatam. So Bhakti is not a religion, it's a mode of worship within every religion. It is not about only Hinduism. It could be in Buddhism also. Mahayana is kind of Bhakti. You can go into Islam also. Sufism has a lot of mystical elements. It's kind of Bhakti. So Bhakti is a mode of worship.